Hi folks, John Adams here with a lead update for those of you that either are licensed and you've been to lead-based paint training that Margie and I have taught, or you've expressed an interest in lead-based paint training. Either that or I've come to the conclusion that you need lead-based paint training whether you know it or not. And just wanted to bring you up to date on the latest information we have here in Georgia. This won't take long. Please listen to all of it and read the email that this video is accompanying. Three things I need to share with you real quickly as we go into the Christmas holiday here. The first is that it's now almost certain that the Georgia agreement state status is going to be occurring sometime very early in 2011. It may be as early as January 10th when Nathan Deal takes office as governor. It appears now that Sonny Perdue has decided to pass on this and allow his successor to sign the thing into law. And that'll happen January 10th. We don't know, and certainly we don't know when it's going to happen, but the more I'm talking with Georgia EPD, the more clearly they are expressing to me that it is on a path toward implementation and that will happen sooner, not later. There was apparently a hang-up at the Secretary of State and another one at the Attorney General's office. I think most of that has been resolved at this point. It's going to happen. And when Georgia takes over, a couple of things will happen. One, enforcement will be stepped up at the state level. And two, the Department of Community Affairs, which controls housing codes in Georgia, will likely require that in order to pull a permit, a contractor in a county would have to show licensure, either a federal certificate, which is what you have, or a state certificate, which is what will be required after the Georgia implementation date. So, what does that mean for you? Three things. One, we now know, we don't know for certain, but it looks very much like your federal certification that you obtained from me is going to be grandfathered in Georgia for its original term, which was 5 years from the date that you took training. So what that means is you're going to get 2 extra years for free. Once the implementation date occurs, and again, we don't know when that'll be, they will no longer grandfather in future federal licensees. You'll have to get a Georgia state license, and that's only good for 3 years. The training will be almost identical. It has to be. So you've got 5 years, you'll get 2 years for free. The second thing is important. If you're a small business operator and you were waiting to decide what to do on firm certification, we now have word, this is not official, but again, this is pretty good, from Georgia, that they will be grandfathering in federally certified firms, again, for the initial term of their certification. So if you've been waiting, I would go ahead and file at epa.com/lead for your firm certification. Yes, it'll cost you another $300. I'm aware of that. I'm sorry that that's the case. Don't murder me. I'm just the messenger. But the key here is if you go ahead and get your federal certification filed and keep a copy of that documentation, then when Georgia implements, you can say, well, I've already filed for firm certification with EPA, and we're waiting for that right now, and here's a copy of my documentation. Again, you will be grandfathered in, we hope at least, for the initial term, which is 5 years, for $300. Georgia plans to offer only a 3-year firm certification, and the proposal that I've seen is that will also cost $300. So you'll get 2 years for free. That's the second thing. And the third is this. The Georgia implementation may happen at any time. So if you have not had this training and your firm certification has not occurred, you need to get this done as quickly as possible. Now, to that end, we have doubled down on our classes in Georgia for the month of January. I'm expecting an implementation date sometime during January. I'm also expecting there'll be a period of probably 30 to 60 days whereby any courses, any federally registered courses, that's what mine are, that are already scheduled, will be allowed to finish that training. And so we have really loaded up January with EPA in hopes that even if Georgia implements, they'll allow us to continue training and grandfather in our graduates. Here are the dates that I've got scheduled so far. They're also in your newsletter. But if you are in Atlanta, Brunswick, Columbus, Lawrenceville, Cartersville, Macon, Augusta, or Savannah, all of those locations we will be in during the month of January to train you with the federal EPA program and get you a 5-year certification. And I am reasonably sure at this point that even if the Georgia implementation date is before the end of January, they will honor already scheduled courses, and ours are already scheduled with EPA. So if you're interested, call me now at 404-997-2278. If you're outside Atlanta, call me at 1-888-373-0029. We're lining up our locations now. We already know where a number of them are going to be. For example, in Savannah on February 2nd, we'll be at the Windsor Forest Baptist Church. For example, in Macon, we're going to be at Mabel White Baptist Church. We've got a number of good working relationships. In Atlanta, of course, our training every Friday is at the Atlanta Learning Center near Emory University on North Decatur Road. Again, if you have any questions, you know somebody that needs to be trained. Do them a favor and get them in to go ahead and get their training. Now, we're raising the price on training effective immediately to $345 for members of the public. That just reflects our cost of traveling and $3 a gallon gas. I'll be honest with you, it's killing me. But the reality is, those of you who are already on my mailing list, and if you got this, that includes you, will allow you a $50 discount, and the training price will continue to be $295. Just remind me when you register, put either your association affiliation or remind me that you're on the John Adams mailing list, and we'll honor that $50 discount. The way to get registered is go to Renovate99.com. You fill out the form, click send, and we'll take care of everything. If you have any questions, call me. The number is 1-888-373-0029. And we answer the phone typically starting at 7 a.m. on seminar days, 9 a.m. other days. And you're welcome to call up until about 6 or 7 o'clock at night. All right, that's the scoop. Now, if you're wondering who ought to get certified, if you're thinking about who you know, let me give you some ideas. The first is anybody who is engaged in any kind of renovation. And what are we talking about here? Contractors, painters, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, roofers, HVAC guys, you conditioned air licensees. All of you guys need to get this information. Anyone who plans to work on any pre-1978 home or child-occupied facility. By the way, they plan to extend this thing to commercial soon. So go ahead and get this training now. Realtors or other real estate licensees who might list or sell housing built before 1978. Property managers, condo association managers, or any other hands-on owner of a pre-78 dwelling. And then last but not least, attorneys. You need to know this. Inspectors, home inspectors. I've already talked with Dr. Tor Canos at ASHE. He is the past president of Georgia ASHE. He says, yes, home inspectors need to get this training. Appraisers, home builders. If you're just a handyman, you need to know this stuff. And anybody else who needs to be able to talk knowledgeably about any aspect of pre-78 housing. Folks, go to my website, renovate99.com, or give me a call, 404-997-2278. Hey, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. I'm John Adams. Look forward to talking to you soon.